I'm going to want some temp shift plates as well, I think. So we'll just do some like granite ones or something. I've not really got the metal to spare. Still got quite a bit of granite, so let's use some of that. And we'll just do some pillars like this. And that should give us quite a nice band of spread. That'll be pretty nice. I'll probably want to do that over here as well in a bit. So I might as well mark them out now. We're really losing a lot of heat from in here. I let a lot of this hydrogen in, by the way, guys. I went in through the ceiling. Do you remember I said I cracked into this room? I went in from the ceiling, and luckily we had shitloads of hydrogen, so I actually let quite a bit in here. So we've actually got a reasonable amount of hydrogen in here now as well. So because these generators don't work all that often, it's actually going to cool down a lot. So I might need to do something about the heat that's bleeding out of here at some point. But for now, I will just leave it. Oh, really, Cinny? I've not followed any of the World Cup. It's the first one that I've not followed a single game in. How are you, buddy? How's it going? Okay. So they can crack on with this, and I'll just literally bridge straight off this pipe. It doesn't matter. That should be fine. I think we've got about as much hydrogen in here as we're probably going to have, so I might as well seal this up now as well. So let's get everything out of here. Let's just connect them up. Nice. Now then, these transformers, what did I set the ratios to on the batteries? It's 85-20. Ugh. I'm going to have to pause this a second because it'll take me ages otherwise. I really wish they'd allow you to type in variables instead of using these derpy sliders. 2085 is it? Something like that? That'll do. Or at least copy settings on batteries. That'd also be a nice feature. Copy settings should just be a button, shouldn't it? That applies to everything. It shouldn't just be like some buildings have it, some don't. It'd be nice if you could just copy everything. That would be pretty sweet. Which end game this car now has lasted the longest before I got. Oh, currently I'm going to 16 final the water guys. After that, I'm going to try 32 plus. Nice. Good games just go around. Strange outcomes, really. Never get to have a ton of dupes. So now about giving them all individual rooms. I try to be creative so I get bored. This patch I've been tinkering with Steam, branching and making use of every single guy. So nice. Tell her I said hello, Cindy. Tell her I said hello. And the kids. If England was in the final match, would you watch it? Probably, yeah. But only because I'd probably go somewhere and have many beers. But I've just not been that arsed. It used to be more of a thing like, you know, all the lads get together and you all watch it in a pub and stuff. But I've just not been that arsed this year. That's all. Not this year. This World Cup. Okay. So this is pretty much ready to go. There's no point me filling this pipe yet because I'm going to pump all the gas out of the room and stuff first. I've not set this thermo sensor either. I think that'll be fine. Cool. Right, that's all that shit done. Let's tidy out you. And we'll enable... No, we won't enable these. We're going to have to enable them. Can you make sure that these never work? Can you do that for me? Just get all these enabled now. The only thing we've not done as well that I nearly forgot was our conveyor lines, so let's get them into... I'll probably do the same sort of thing. God damn it! This fucking... Hold on. My mouse mat's got something under it. It's been under it for like a week, and I keep... Every now and again I roll over it, and it like bounces my mouse. I keep forgetting to deal with it. Like a little fucking pebble or something. Right, shipping. Bridge. What's your favourite horror movie? I don't really do horror, but the favourite one from when I was probably a lot younger would have been Freddy vs. Jason because of the nostalgic memories that it has. I don't really do horror. I'm not a horror fan. But Freddy vs. Jason when I was younger, that was quite good shit. What's yours, Warfare? What's your favourite horror? Live needs to play Dead by Daylight. No. Freddy vs. Jason sounds so lame. That's why I said it's nostalgic from when I was younger. Christ, when did that film come out? Freddy vs. Jason. It was a great film. 2003. So how old would I have been? I'd have been about 17, 18. It's just one of those films, I don't know. Reminds me of like sitting around, having a few beers with my mates and watching trash films. It's nostalgic. Eunuch, how's it going, buddy? How are you, mate? Who's the killer in Friday the 13th? Right, Warfare, what is this? Have you just figured out a function? Is that what you're doing? Because I'm just going to keep redeeming this fluff. Jason in space. Evil Dead is my version of that. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't really do horror. I'm not into it. Like I know all the girls are wild for that fucking... Oh, what's the one with the doll? It's like a series now. There's a doll in a basement and... What is it? What's the series? Do you know the one I'm... No, not Chucky. No, it's like it's all about this doll. No, not Hacksaw or whatever his name is. Annabelle. That's it, Eunuch. There's 3 now in the series, I think, isn't there, or maybe 2, and everybody goes fucking wild for it. The Conjuring. Is that what it is? Billy? Billy? No. I know what I mean. Any of you that are horror aficionados would have known what I meant as well. Oh, Christ. Alright, let's get some of this hydrogen out of here. Carbon dioxide out of here, because we're going to break into this in a minute as well. Billy? Fucking guys. I don't think I've watched a horror since the late 90s sometime yet. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't get anything from it. Behind which door am I standing? The one on the left. No, the opposite of that one. That's a play on that old... Have you ever heard that thing where there's 2 angels stood at a door and one of them will always lie to you and the other one will always tell the truth and you have to figure out which one's guarding the door of heaven? You ever heard that before? That's why I said the other one. Never mind. Right, gas pipes are in. Check. Power is in. Check. Automation is in. Check. Conveyors? Check. Plumbing. Hoping that'll work. Check. Okay. Let's seal this up. Probably need to rip this out, but I quite like the little red band in there. Last question, which movie was I quoting the whole time and why is the fluff gone? Which movie are you quoting? I don't know. What's your favourite horror movie? I don't know. You stumped me there, Wolfer. The oh man. Oh man. The Conjuring Annabelle movies are based off the Warrens' demonologists from yesteryear. Oh. I see them as trash that girls like to squeal about. They're not my cup of tea. At all. First liked horror movies, but then my girlfriend said it could be my problems to my nightmares, and I stopped watching, and she was right. Jesus. I reckon that was a pretty astute observation. I reckon she did well. Jesus. Spoopy. Yeah, I don't get anything from jump scares and stuff. They just piss me off more than anything. I think I'm more angry when I get jump scared. And it's always the weirdest things that'll jump scare me. The weirdest things. Like I'll be sat chilling watching the telly or something, and a moth will randomly come out of nowhere and scare the bejesus out of me or something like that. But a jump scare doesn't normally get me. Yeah, they're just a series of jolts. Jump scare, exactly. Warfare, that's what you get for spamming. Fucking hell, the questions. I need to remove that. I've only got that on at the minute because there's nothing else you can do with fluff. We'll get some stuff going at some point. Rayleigh, how's it going, buddy? How are you, mate? Right, let's get all this out of here. All this oxygen will just pump out, and that should just go through this vent, all being well. I say I won't connect that bridge up yet. We'll leave that for a minute. Oh, hold on a minute. I may have done goofed. Yeah, delete it, it's fine. Okay. Let's get in there and fix this crap as well. We'll go in... we'll just go in here and here. And we'll might as well just reroute these pipes now before I forget. So let's get rid of you, and let's get rid of you. And yeah, we'll just connect that back up. This does need to merge into there at some point, I think, into this waste pipe. So I might do something like this. I think. We've not got very much water left down there. Holy balls. In fact, maybe I should sieve this water. Hold on a minute. Let's not do that. Maybe I should sieve this wastewater from these and get a bit more water for our electrolyzers. How about that for an idea? Oh, the movie was Scream. Ah, I see. Wait, what's this? Best horror is Black Sheep, hands down. Nah. 70% of the movies I watch are horror movies. Jump scares don't do anything anymore to me, at least. My wife, on the other hand, almost sleeps out of her skin. Yeah, they just don't do anything for me. Firefly, that's a hell of a series. It's just a TV series. Oh, to watch. So I'm more curious on that movie than anything. Remind me. Oh, what are we talking about? Sorry. The Road. Take it easy, Eunuch. Make sure you have no nightmares, buddy. Sleep well. What do you think about Peaky Blinders? Love it. I love everything about that Brummy show. I love it a lot. It's very good. I love Polly. She's one of my favourites. It's nice to see a woman that isn't strong because she's telling a man that he's a prick. She's just strong because she's a badass. I like it a lot. Okay. So we've got our temperature plates in. We just need to do some plumbing now. We've already got this bandle on the top, so we'll probably do... Let me do it over here. It's a little like donut or something. So we'll copy this. I'm going to use a bit more iron. I think it was something like that, wasn't it? Oh wait, this is actually bigger. That's going to trigger me. Wait. Is this your best run on this game? I mean, this base? No, really. We've gone well further than this, mate. This is early doors for me yet. I'm just taking my time with this playthrough, really. Have you seen Mr. Robot? I have. I quite like that. It's pretty good. The programmer guy. He's in everything now. He's in about 5 films coming out this year. I forget his name. He's a kooky bastard as well. I've seen him on some chat shows. He is a crazy man. Just imagine there would really be a zombie apocalypse, all the buried people coming back to life. A pretty formal event with all the suits. I like it, Warfare. I like that. Mr. Robot is excellent. Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. I can't remember where I got up to. I think I'm pretty current on it. I think it's pretty good. I liked it a lot. The girlfriend. This is going to be a controversial one because I've had this with Nerd before. Nerd Rage hates me for saying this. I hated Westworld, right? I thought it was one of the worst, the most badly written piles of shit I've ever watched, right? And it's controversial. Now, I've said this for a while, but I generally try not to, like, dissuade the lady from watching, like, series that she asks about and stuff. Because I've normally watched a lot of series before the woman. And, she's watched it recently. And to begin with, she was like, yeah, it's alright, it's kind of good. And then I think it was last night, she was like, watched 2 episodes of it last night, it's shit. I don't like it, it's shit. Like, I think she's on the newest series at the minute, but I can't stand it. I think it's terrible. There's so many people like, oh my god, have you seen Westworld? It is the best series ever. Anthony Hopkins, exactly. That's the only thing, and that's what I said to the lady. Imagine if it didn't have Anthony Hopkins in it, it would have been a trash watch straight away. But because it had some prestige from, Sir Anthony, it immediately sort of piqued people's interest. But other than Anthony Hopkins, it was shit. So, it's controversial. I know a lot of people like that show. It's crap. It's terribly, terribly written. It's bad, and it's bad, and it's bad. And that's all I've got to say about that. Right, Coatsy get leveled up. Anthony Hopkins made it, exactly. And I said to the lady, like, when she finally said this to me, I was like, imagine if they'd had some unknown actor instead of Anthony Hopkins, and it didn't matter if they'd done an amazing job, they're never going to be Anthony Hopkins. Like, he brought so much prestige to the show that it made people pay attention, but they were paying attention to something that was ultimately pretty shit. They were just convinced that it was good. I don't know. I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to, like, shows that are poorly written and character arcs that don't make sense and stuff like that. Oh, I couldn't honestly disagree with you anymore, Labrador. It's bollocks. The writing is god awful. I do like the English bird in it. I forget her name. The one that plays May. I like her as an actress. I like her, and she's always very funny on like chat shows and stuff as well. But she's probably my favourite in it of all the characters. It's just so predictable. I don't know. It's just so transparently predictable as well. Right, let's use a bit of gold to finish this off. I don't know. Not a fan. Not a fan. Not getting caught up in the hype. Absolute tripe. And the thing is, I watched it before people started hyping about it. Because I watched it when it first came out when not many people had heard about it, really. Because, again, I used to be a bit of a series nerd. And it's just bad. I'd already made my decision before everybody was like, oh, honestly, have you seen Westworld? It's the best. No. No, it isn't. It's shit. Right. This can just be bridged from here, can't it? We'll do a little pipe here. Ah, my nose. Itchy nose. What do you think about Strange Things? Quite enjoyed Strange Things. I love the retro styling of it. I quite enjoyed it. It's pretty good. Other than that, not much to say. There's not much body to it. It's meant to just be like, you know, its main thing is that it's the retro style. You know, it's very 80s and stuff. And... well, I thought it was pretty good. Right. This is all but done. We'll put some liquid in it. I want to leave a little bit of hydrogen there because I quite like the little pink band that we get at the top of the room. So we'll do that. It's not hooked up to any conveyor lines yet, but the conveyor lines should be completed technically. We just need to figure out where this is going. This will probably go to our hatch rooms ultimately. So we'll probably do that. Might actually do that now. Why not? Let's get rid of... let's get rid of that. And... pressing the wrong thing. We'll get rid of this conveyor rail as well. Excuse me. Right, now we can run this straight down to here. And that should split its feed to both sides as well. And that'll be good. You know what's awful that people love? The Handmaid's Tale. The girlfriend's watching it. I can't stand it. It's terrible. It's really, really bad. She's currently on the second series. I think is it second series at the minute. The Handmaid's Tale. It is bobbins dicks. It is one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's tripe. It is absolute bollocks tripe. A Handmaid's Tale, for any of you that haven't watched it, don't ever watch it. It's shit. Don't get caught up in the hype. I'm glad you said that, Pimple Jams. Ah, Jesus. Well, funnily enough, my mum had read the books, and she's who told the lady to you know, should watch it, kind of thing. And it's just bad. It's just bad and wrong in every way. It's terrible. You see, Vixen, I knew you would. I knew you would. Oh God. It's so predictable. It's so predictable. I knew you'd disagree with me though. That's fine. This is going to be slightly different, isn't it? Handmaid's Tale is a great name for a porn film. Debug tinkering, does that... oh, sorry. I should probably change the title, shouldn't I? So we did some debug tinkering at the start of the stream, and then we're on our main colony now. We don't use debug in the main base as a rule, unless we've got some tragic error that needs to be fixed in the save or something. A bit more tinkering. Sorry, I didn't update my title from earlier. Completely forgot. No, I have to say, in my opinion, Handmaid's Tale was dog shit. In my humble opinion. The reasons for that is it's entirely implausible, terribly written. It has plot holes on top of plot holes. It's just bilge dicks dog shit. But if you like it, maybe you see something in it that I don't. That doesn't mean you have bad taste. It just means you don't have the same taste as me, and that's fine. But in my humble opinion, it's one of the worst piles of shit I've ever seen. So there you go. I don't know. And funnily enough, like it's got some actresses in it that I actually quite like. I forget her name now, but she's in Orange is the New Black, and she plays her best mate. I forget her name entirely. I really like her. I like doing in everything I've seen her in, really. But she just was the same generic character in this, and meh, not my cup of tea. My husband refused to watch it, so I understand. Ah, shit. Men and women are sympathetic in the book and the TV series. The Handmaid's Tale is just basically a rant about how men are garbage, interspersed with a bunch of cliches. Sorry about that. Where's that making sounds? Mute this shit. Yeah, not my cup of tea. What's everyone think of The Man in the High Castle? I haven't actually seen that, Fallen, but it's one of the things that's on my watch list. That's something that was told I had to watch a while back. But I haven't watched it yet. Apparently that's meant to be really good. Do you like Doctor Who? I've never really watched Doctor Who, if I'm honest, because when I was a kid, my uncle was obsessed with it, and I thought that he had no taste in anything. I would probably go back now and watch it and actually love it, but no, I never really watched Doctor Who. The way you said it's the worst pile of shit I've ever seen makes it sound like all films are piles of shit. It's just that some piles are more worth your time. I think that's kind of how my opinions generally are, yeah. If something is absolutely dog shit and offers me no entertainment, no spark of imagination or creativity, or doesn't enlighten me in any way, and is predictable and badly written and transparent as hell, I'm probably going to call it a piece of shit. That's what The Handmaid's Tale was. Again, in my humble opinion. You can't argue with it, guys. It's my humble opinion. You can all try and question it, but tough shit, it's my opinion. That's how it goes. That's the way the world is. You're entitled to yours. You know, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong if you like it. It's my opinion. If you don't like it, tough shit. I don't care. Right. I can bridge into here, but I need to change my flow. I might as well bridge straight on the line. The line's right here, so it kind of makes sense. I'm getting distracted with rants about things. Okay. So, you're going to go there. I can do that again. That'll change the direction of the flow. So this is going to flow around this way, which means I need my sensor ideally here. So that's fine. We'll get rid of you. And that should be alright. Well, I think you really need to reconsider your humble opinion. You don't get to say that, though. You can't. Like, we can discuss it, and we can have a debate about it, and you can tell me why it's not predictable. You can tell me why I hadn't figured out that... Spoiler alert, for anyone that may not have seen it, earmuffs. You can tell me why in the first episode I knew that her husband was still alive, clearly, and that her best mate isn't dead, and she's going to come back and she's going to be the empowered woman. You can tell me how I knew that from the first episode. Like, it's predictable, and as soon as something's predictable, as soon as you know what's coming, it becomes a, well, they're gonna decide we're not idiotic enough to know this soon. Like, it's pathetic. It's like I don't like being led by the hand, but on the same token, I don't like being told when I'm meant to have figured something out. If that makes sense. You know, I like things that aren't blatantly obvious. It makes me think like it's designed for morons. That's how it makes me feel. Like when I watch something like that, it makes me think like, oh my god, they actually didn't think I would have figured this out by now. They think their audience is literally dumb. So there you go. That's how it makes me feel. And because of that, I don't like it. Her mate is dead in the book. It was a terrible change. Ah, I see. Nice, no. It assumes your level of intelligence. Exactly. I don't like that. Hey, listen, I'm not trying to fall out with anyone here. I'm not trying to, you know, make anybody rage or salty. I'm entitled to like what I like and dislike what I don't. You know? I like hummus, pitters and olives. You might not like olives, but I wouldn't call you a twat for not liking them. I'd just be like, olives are cool. I like olives. You know? We don't all have to like the same shit. It's okay to be asked to reconsider your opinion. Though. That's fair. Yeah. But well, no, it's okay to discuss it with me. You don't have to. You should never ask somebody to reconsider their opinion, but you can ask if they want to discuss it. You shouldn't. That's like saying. Imagine you had different stances on something controversial, right? But something that actually matters, not some bullshit discussion about TV series, but something that actually matters, like the fucking palm oil debate. Yeah, you've got two camps of thought there. You've got people that think palm oil is the devil, people shouldn't be allowed to farm it, people shouldn't be allowed to sell it, it's the devil, it's ruining forests, it's killing wildlife all over the world, shouldn't be allowed to do it. And then you've got the other school of thought, which is, well, if you remove palm oil, then you remove an infrastructure, you remove a whole people's way of making money, families will starve, children will die, there'll be no medical aid, there'll be no commerce in the area, so is it really something that you can completely wipe out and things like that? Imagine if somebody has a really strong opinion about that and you just say, well, I think you should reconsider your opinion. No, I've made my opinion, I've formulated it, I didn't make it lightly. So no, I don't think you should be entitled to ask somebody to change their opinion or reconsider it. I've considered it enough, that's why it's an opinion. Maybe you're used to people that make opinions lightly, that isn't me. I generally like to think things through before I formulate an opinion. You'll learn that. The only reason I don't like olives is because of my shitty preconceived notions. Olives aren't the only things affected by these. Jesus. I'm not going into this anymore. But yeah. Fuck it. I don't like it. Shit. It ends there. Right. Now back to the game that I'm playing. I don't know what I'm going to do with this water yet. I'm thinking I'm going to dump it somewhere. But I don't know if I want to put it through a water sieve, because my current water supply down here is really dwindling. Okay. I'm not feeding this ice anymore. This is dormant for another 40 cycles. I'm not going to have much water coming in, but I could start putting some of this wastewater, bearing in mind I've got shitloads of it, through some sieves. And then that'll give me a supply of water that I can pump into my electrolyzers. And that kind of makes sense. I make opinions lightly, and if no one calls me on it, I just keep thinking that. Really? Don't ask someone to reconsider. Show them new information. They can reconsider on their own. Exactly. I don't believe in God. I am a devout atheist, right? But if tomorrow you said to me, they found him, he was up there hiding behind that mountain all along, I'd go, fuck me. Well, honestly, if you can prove it, I'm with you. But until then, fuck off. I don't believe in it. Like, it's crazy. I just, it's not on me to find the proof. Do you know, like in that scenario? I've made my opinion. Christ. Again, I'm not trying to be controversial. I'm not. But sometimes it pisses me off that we have to be so gentle about... Things have to be phrased in a way that... Realistically, I want to be able to say, you know what? I've made my opinion. I've made it with... I've calculated my decision. I've not just decided this. I'm not haphazardly doing it without any information. I actually appreciate cinematography and I appreciate writing. Christ, I used to write. Like, I appreciate this stuff. If something's bad, I should be able to say it's fucking bad for these reasons, and then that should be it. Do you know what I mean? Life, if you were hiding behind the cloud, I think everyone would be gobsmacked. Oh, shit. And not much. Good evening, buddy. How are you? I'm just kidding. I consider my opinions carefully. Oh, shit. Listen, I am well aware that there are people out there that will literally just go, my friend said it's bad, so I don't like it too. Those people are idiots, right? If you can't formulate your own opinion, you're an idiot. You don't deserve to have an opinion.